Assalamu alaikum, I am Raza Kharal and you are watching Raza Kharal YouTube channel. Nazreen, kindly subscribe this channel and push the bell icon so that you may keep getting more videos in future. Nazreen, dear viewers, today's topic is independence of a judiciary. For the smooth working of a political system in a society is guaranteed by independence of judiciary. If the judiciary is independent and strong enough, it is possible that law and order will prevail and nobody will be above the law due to its power or authority or cult, whatever. Unfortunately, ours is a society with lots of question marks regarding the independence of judiciary. We have seen over the years that judiciary at certain times has come to the pressure put in by certain areas and segments, uh, especially the dictators. In the past, they not only got away with the crime they committed in terms of unconstitutional and extra constitutional attempts, but also they got it ratified whatever they have been doing in the name of the national interest. So, national interest, in fact, which has become an idiom in Pakistan, especially, it has guaranteed or it has given an umbrella to the dictators, and we have seen successively used by the dictators. Then comes the political powers. The political powers also exploited judiciary's weaknesses and to cultivate their own interest, they went on to in fact interfere with the appointment of judges as well as force them to into obeying or into deciding their matters in their favor or in the way they wanted. So now we are on the brink of another catastrophe. It's not just another, in fact, a continuous catastrophe which continues because of the weakness of judiciary. So this weakness has been reflected in many areas and many segments where the faith of both parties, the aggrieved and the accused, has been endangered by the decisions. So it amounts to the position that who is contributing to the weakness of independent judiciary. The first answer will be the judiciary itself. The second is that the executive. The executive has kept on forcing the judiciary into obeying their orders, are working according to their wishes, are making judgments according to their wishes. So this has resulted in many scams in the past and continue to do so. Now the question is, how can executive be separated from the influence, or how can independence of judiciary be ensured in the presence of an executive which has a tinge and which has in fact an aptitude for interfering with the affairs of other or overstepping their domain. It's not just head of executive, but there are certain other segments of executive which continue to influence, pressurize the judiciary at certain levels, and in order to draw their own kind of conclusions, they had in fact deteriorated the whole system or affected the whole system. Now it's high time that the executive understands its role under the constitution, which guarantees the independence of judiciary. Article 10A of the constitution in fact ensures that any accused whose case is being heard in the court of law is not guilty until proven otherwise. And this is the basics of jurisprudence as well. But in Pakistan, it is through media or social media, a campaign for maligning the judiciary continues, and a decision or trial, even sometimes, or a pre-judgment decision is made by the media at different fora that someone is guilty and someone is corrupt and someone is not patriot. So this continues to harm the spirit of judiciary. If a person has been declared and forced upon by media to the courts that they have to decide that he is guilty, so it means that the interference is clear cut and the decision is conspicuous by many faults. So let us force the executive and in fact reveal the nefarious designs of executive, that they should keep away from judiciary and let the judges decide cases according to law and evidences which are available. If the evidence against someone is not available, but the popular campaign has been launched against someone, it means that there is not justice. In fact, it's a pressure upon the judiciary to decide according to that will of the popular campaign, their campaign made to become popular. So let's shun that kind of campaigns and try to listen to judiciary so that it can decide according to law and according to the witness and evidence is available against certain person. If certain person is not guilty and has not been proved guilty in the court of law, so it's duty of the executive to respect the orders of the law and respect the judgment of the court, and do not interfere with and do not pinpoint on the judgment and start maligning campaign. So that's the issue right now we are facing. A few days back, the Prime Minister himself in a way criticized the judiciary that most of the corrupt go scot-free because of the judiciary. In fact, it's not just judiciary, it's the executive which has to prove its case that someone is guilty in the court of law, so that no one who is guilty and who is accused goes scot-free. So let's force the Prime Minister and others that they should respect judiciary, and instead of criticizing the judiciary in public, furnish the court with the solid evidences against a person who has been charge sheeted or who has been accused. So let's pray that our executive understands the gravity of this situation and strengthens the hands of judiciary, so that a country becomes really independent, and the masses who are right now being crushed under the feet of executive who is bent upon depriving everybody of livelihood, and who has in fact deprived everybody of livelihood. Of most of the youth are still jobless. So let's pray that it does not happen in future, because an independent judiciary is a guarantee for a prosperous future. Thank you.